Peace and one love, YouTube. What's up, everybody? It's your man, Key Bryant, and this is your local realtor in the Sacramento area, chiming in with you guys today on this first row, keeping it real estate episode. And today, what we are talking about is how to purchase a home off the market. It's going to be a good topic for those of you that want to avoid a very hot market, tired of all the bidding wars, tired of having to go higher than your ideal price on an offer. This is going to be a great episode for you. You don't want to miss it. So again, if you are here and you're on the live chat, definitely interact, ask your questions. If you're watching this on the playback, definitely still leave comments below. And if you have any questions, I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So again, very live, interactive, be involved. I'm here for you to answer any of the questions that you have regarding this topic. Also, if you haven't subscribed to the first row, please do so. If you haven't liked any of the videos, please come back, like the videos, and so forth. But before we get started, let's get into the current interest rates. Right now here in California, now again, this is an average for a 30-year fix. We are at 4.34, which is 6 basis points higher than last week. So again, it's an average for a 30-year fix, 4.34. You can get lower depending on your FICO score. A lot of other indicating factors that involve getting a lower interest rate. So that's just an average. Also, your 15-year, we are at a 3.71 for a 15-year. So definitely still some good interest rates that are out there. So it's always a good time to buy during this time when you have low interest rates. All right. Now let's get into the topic. How do you purchase a property, or how can you purchase a property off the market? And I have a few tips here. I have also put down some notes so that way I don't miss anything for you guys here. But number one, you want to find a realtor. Again, the realtor has a lot of information when it comes to these type of markets. So finding a realtor who knows the local market. Okay, so if there's a specific area that you're looking to purchase in, I'll just say like the Sacramento area, let's think about Greenhaven Pocket neighborhood. That neighborhood could have realtors that actually specialize in that area, and they will know about upcoming properties that are going to sell. And the reason why they know it is because they're always in the neighborhood. They know the neighbors, right? So when these realtors know the neighbors, I mean, I'm not saying that they're being creepers or anything like that, but they talk to the neighbors frequently, and they know when someone has recently got a new job promotion. They know when someone is getting ready to get married, or when someone just had a child and maybe they want to move up into a bigger home. They know their community, right? So these realtors know when someone might be interested in selling their property and it's not on the market yet. So they can introduce you to that person to begin with, right? To start the talks of possibly selling the home. Okay. Also, pocket listings. A lot of the realtors that are in certain areas, or they know the area, they have pocket listings that are coming up. What is a pocket listing? That means I have a listing that is coming up soon, right? And it's not coming up till another 3 months or so, right? And even though it's not coming up, my client does not actually want to put it on the market. They want to keep it as a pocket listing. So when you have that, you get that information from the very beginning. You're able to put in an offer before anyone else on the market knows about it. Okay. And that takes me to coming soon listings. Now, I'm sure many of you have driven by. You've been doing your little creeping thing, driving by homes, looking at the signs, seeing what's up. And sometimes you might see coming soon. Now, coming soon is a really good indication that the property is going to hit the market. Now, the question is can you entice the seller to sell the property before they actually put it on the market? Okay. And that's where your realtor is going to come in, because obviously there's a sign that's up front, the coming soon signs. So your realtor that's representing you is able to contact the other agent and say, listen, I have a buyer that's very interested. What will it take to purchase this property without your seller putting it on the market? Okay. These things happen. This is actually a real thing. I've had many coming soons and many pocket listings that sold before they even came on the market. Okay, so this is absolutely a possibility, and those buyers had no competition whatsoever because they met the seller's bottom line from the very beginning, and the seller said, you know what, I'm fine with that. More about getting the property sold quickly, more so than trying to get it sold for the absolute top dollar possible. Okay, so those are out there as well. Number or another possibility with dealing with your realtor is that your realtor can canvas neighborhoods for you. And what do I mean by canvassing neighborhoods is they can go door knocking at these properties and literally say, I have a buyer for your home, because they do. They actually have a buyer that's for that neighborhood. Now, is it the right price? We don't know, but we can start the conversation by saying, I have a buyer that doesn't want to go on the market and deal with all of the multiple bids and all these buyers that are out there right now. They want to purchase this home in particular, right? So again, agents can absolutely canvas neighborhoods, and I've seen it done many of times, especially in the Los Angeles area. It's funny that I'm even saying Los Angeles because I'm here in Pasadena right now, but in the Los Angeles areas, there's a very low inventory, and it's very, very competitive. So we're talking about offers that come in 100,000 above asking, all cash, things of that sort. So those buyers that are on the market have a really, really hard time trying to find a home that's suitable for them. So the best way that they go about is they have their agent literally knocking on doors and saying, hey, are you interested in selling your home? Because I have a buyer. I've looked at the comps in the area and it looks like your home is worth about this amount. And this is exactly what my buyer is looking for. Are you curious, or are you interested in selling at all? And having your realtor going out there and grinding and doing all the grunt work for you is an excellent idea if you don't want to be on the hot market. All right. Now we're going to go into number two. So number two is for sale by owner. Yes, there are people and sellers out there that literally sell their homes without a real estate agent, which means it's not on the multiple listing services, right? It's not on the MLS. And when it's not on the MLS, it's on other sites like Zillow, Trulia, all these for sale by owner type sites. Or even if you drive by and you see a sign that's up and it says for sale by owner, this is another way to purchase a home off the market. Now, I still recommend that you as a buyer to have a real estate agent or a real estate attorney to represent you in this purchase. Okay, this is still a very, very important purchase that you want to have full representation for, to make sure that it's done properly. So I still recommend that you have representation going for a for sale by owner route. Typically for sale by owners, the reason why they're selling it that way is because they don't want to pay the commissions to the real estate agents, right? However, you still want to have adequate representation, okay, to make sure it's done correctly. Doing the for sale by owners, there are certain websites that you go onto that actually have specifically for sale by owners, depending on the particular area. So all you have to do is a quick Google search for sale by owners, and a lot of those listings will come up. All right, number three, landlords. Okay, so landlords who are listing their properties to be rented could be a great way to kind of slide in there and say, hey, I see that you put your property on the market for rent. By any chance, would you be willing to sell? Okay, and it could be a long shot because it's an investment property for that landlord. However, at the same time, it's still a good opportunity. You never know what the situation is. Maybe they were already thinking about selling. Maybe they just didn't know that there was a buyer for that property, and maybe they were even willing to sell it while there's a tenant inside the property. Okay, so that's another option as well. And then number four, you can grind it out yourself. Okay, that means you're not going to have your agent do it. That means that you're going to go out there and you're going to door knock, that you're going to, look on Craigslist, you're going to look on Zillow, you're going to look on Trulia, you're going to find all of these homes that are out there. And then check this out. You also can look at expired and withdrawn listings. Now, typically your agent's going to have this information, right? Now, the great thing about expired listings and listings that have been withdrawn or taken off of the market, at one point in time that seller wanted to sell their home. or that owner wanted to sell their home. So they are actually a great lead to follow up on, right? So when you look at that, you say, oh, this person's listing expired or it was withdrawn 6 months ago. I bet you if I gave them the right number, they will want to still sell their property. Same thing goes even for properties that are 2 years, withdrew 2 years ago, or withdrew or expired 2 years ago. Most likely those owners are probably still interested in selling their home. So you probably have a great way to get in there and say, listen, if I was to buy your property for this amount, right, you can possibly get their home, right? And they could really entice them. They say, listen, well, where were you 2 years ago when I really needed you to sell my property, right? So it's a really great way when you talk about expired listings and withdrawn listings, because you know for a fact that that owner was interested in selling at some point in time. All right. Also, friends and family in the neighborhood. We all know, like, when there's a great neighborhood that our family lives in, or a great neighborhood that our friend lives in, we're like, oh my goodness, I would love to live in the fabulous 40s. I would love to live in East Sacramento. This is great. Those neighbors typically know everyone else in the neighborhood, at least on that block. So when they hear the rumors or things that are going on at the the neighborhood meeting or whatnot, when they hear that information, they say, oh, Susan and Bill is getting ready to sell their home. Let me tell, my friend Shauna, and Shauna wanted to live in this neighborhood. Maybe I can connect them two together and they can make this transaction happen before it even goes on the market, right? So these are really, really great ways to make things happen so far as purchasing. Outside of escrow, or I'm sorry, not outside of escrow, but outside of the market. Also, another thing is you can really grind it out by creating a marketing plan. You say, Key, look, what do you mean marketing plan? I'm not a real estate agent. What are you talking about? I'm talking about just a basic handwritten note that says, I would love to buy your home. Please give me a call at 916-555-4545. Like, literally, you can go ahead and send a note to the home that you want to purchase. Now, it could be a long shot, but this is exactly what real estate agents do. This is what we do to find inventory, to find listings. You write that note out and you literally say, I would love to purchase this property. And you can send out mailers to that address and, reminders, and send them out 6 months at a time, or whatever the case may be. It takes a lot of work. You're grinding, but you can absolutely do it. What's up, Brian? Thank you for tuning in. I'm glad this was great info for you. But yeah, that's really about it. I'm gonna go over it again. Number one, find a realtor who's in the local market. They know a lot about their neighborhoods that they work in. Okay, they know the neighbors. They know who's getting ready to sell. They know who just had a baby. They know who just got married. They know who's getting divorced. They know a lot about the neighborhood, so they know when there's upcoming properties that are going to be that are now off the market and might be on the market in the future. Number two, for sale by owners. Yes, owners literally sell their properties on their own because they're trying to avoid paying a commission. Again, that is another way that you can find a property off the market that you can purchase. Okay, you don't have to worry about multiple bids coming in on that type of a property. Number three, landlords. Okay, landlords they even though they're renting and they have an investment property, if you have a good enough number, or if you can entice them to sell, they would be willing to sell the property, okay, with the tenant or without the tenant. Okay, so that is a possibility. You see a rental that comes up, a rental listing, definitely knock on that owner's door, give the owner a call, whatever it is, speak with that landlord, and I guarantee you that you might get something, some conversation going there. Number four, grind it out. Grind. And that means you're door knocking yourself. You're sending over those notes and saying, I would love to purchase your home. Hey, I've been looking at your home for the past 2 years, and every time I drive by it, I just fall in love with it all over again. I mean, you give any type of compelling letter that you want, and you can really go after trying to find that property without having to worry about, again, all these crazy bids that happen during the summer and during the springtime. You could definitely avoid that. All right. But before we end this segment, I do want to tell you guys, tomorrow we have a live show with actually it's with Moses Jenkins. He's a fan favorite of the first row, and he is going to be talking about self-forgiveness. So definitely want to tune in tomorrow at 7 p.m. Pacific time. All right. Also, actually, no, that's about it. So again, if you have any questions, please leave questions in the comments on the playback. Again, if you haven't subscribed to the first row, definitely subscribe to the first row. You're going to get great content, not just on real estate, but you also get great content on inspirational videos. You get all types of great information that can motivate you, that can drive you to be a better person, and also for, you know, kind of like your self-help type media. All right. So again, listen, I am key. I am I am the key that can open the door to any of the opportunities you have out there regarding real estate. So please, if you have anything, come back to me, and I'll get the answers to you. All right. You guys take care, and I'll see you later.